And we are back. Dagger in the Heart. Episode, 6, 7. I want to say 6, but we're in chapter 2. The Eastern Express. And you guys find yourself in a lovely little town. On a bridge over a giant chasm.
Oh, so we do.
And mysteries are abound, not least the skeletal airship that is being built by the denizens of this place, Tollembrood, as it's known. I believe Soshar and Ambrosia have gone to the pub because of Soshar's crippling fallout, requiring him to inebriate himself immediately. And on the other side of the bridge, Goshan has followed his eerie sense that he got in the perfidious cathedral, as was the previous location, and you followed it to the chapel of the Moon Beneath here in Tollembrood, along with Kael. You spoke to the priestess, and she invited you in for a little chat.
Yeah, and she was totally, completely, 100% legit.
Yeah, that's what we established.
Completely on the up and up is basically all either of us could intuit.
Exactly.
A really cool ability, didn't you? That confirmed it, right?
That's right. Milo's
to the story.
We heard what could have happened.
I remain disappointed still, a couple of weeks later about that, but alas, that's how it goes.
Alas. So I believe Ambrosia was interested in warning or finding the person who was in charge of this place to warn them about the Bay Company. You know, they might appear at any moment. They may never appear. It might be 100 years from now. But it might be polite just to warn them.
That's right. Ambrosia found sort of kind of shifty character in the pub, maybe?
Yeah, he spoke to one of the bar staff. She pointed her to the person who's in charge. The name is Thistra. And Kael and Goshan, you also learnt that this was the person who your priestess friend was hired to help, basically.
Friend is probably a strong word.
Yes, probably.
And her name is Gisala.
Gisala.
His name? What a beautiful name for a beautiful lady. Don't say that. If I did, I wouldn't say it in that voice.
So,
all right. Yeah.
So, and I did want to before we start, as we are a good few sessions in. I did want to ask that, like, maybe don't think of this as a pre-written adventure where you know there are chapters and preset locations and storylines and things.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to, if you want to do something, I want you to go ahead and just do it. If you've got a beat, you want to think of a cool way to do it, you just go ahead and do it. And even if I have to make up a whole new chapter to slot in, I don't care. We can do that. So, because it does feel a little bit like I'm pulling you location to location to location, and it's getting a little bit soulboundy, and I don't like that. So,
yes, and it's easy to fall into following that when you think of that sort of format, right? So,
yeah,
we open it up.
Yeah, and exactly. And I think also what would help is if we maybe decided the beats, reserved more time at the end of the session to talk about the beats as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Because then even you guys can maybe even collaborate and say, well, these ones sound like they could work together, or
That's a good idea. Yeah, that'd be fun.
or like I think this is going to turn up, so maybe someone should take this. Blah blah blah.
It's always tricky that. So if we're gonna do that, I don't know. Maybe someone other than Olly should, like, we shouldn't rely on Olly to time everything to get to a certain point for 5 minutes before the session ends, because then that just becomes the end point, and then you kind of shift and shift. You know what I mean? I don't know how that works, but
Yeah, well, we can say we can leave like 15 minutes, and that we usually do like wrapping up, like who scored a beat, etc., etc. So we can always have that conversation then and there, if anyone needs to pick a new one, that is.
Well, maybe to that end, like I know we was talking about doing a bit more at the end, but I've had on my beat sheet for a little while. Kill a major figure from opposition faction, and I took that. I think initially, really, when the company were here, but as we've been through the last few sessions, and there's been more and more emergence of the cult of the hungry deep, I think Kael would feel that he's starting to get on the trail of something that could be a, well, surely nothing will ever be his full repentance, but the sort of thing that he was sent to go and be a penitent for. So I think that's the sort of thing that he would latch onto, and as we've been drawn towards what may or may not be them by Goshan, that's certainly a direction that's open, and certainly Kael would want to pursue.
Cool. Well, where should we jump to? Should we jump to Kael and Goshan in this shrine?
seems wise in the hope
Seems
that
so much wiser.
might show up at some point.
Well, so we're here, and Goshan had this desire to be here. I think Kael was ushering Goshan here, and perhaps in with the hopes of, I guess, sort of enlightening Goshan somewhat. And then we have this this priestess type who seems suspicious to us players, but I think has not become suspicious to Kael. I don't know. He probably still has his general suspicions. Anyone could be. There seems to be this sort of insipid threat, but certainly he's not.
Yes, I think you mean.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. It wasn't coming, and then I botched it. So I don't think he's exactly in the inquisitive or inquisitorial sort of mode yet, and I think perhaps is still thinking we should, discover more about what's here.
Yeah.
And we sort of left it at, I'd say, about that point.
Yeah, I'd say so. She was leading us into the temple, and Goshan is still, I think, nonplussed and slightly kind of like sort of shocked on a basic level that the signal he was following led him to this. This is not what he was expecting. And he also hasn't intuited anything to do with hidden meaning to her or the temple. So he's pretty confused and suspicious, but wants to find out more. So yeah, we will, I guess, follow her into the temple.
Cool. And it doesn't seem like a very big place. It seems pretty, like, Kael, you probably know a lot of these roadway shrines, these road towns. They see a lot of travel, a lot of footfall. Not exactly a big, temple that you'd see in Derelictus, for example. But it's sort of like it's got places for people to do their offerings and whatever that might be. Perhaps we can make it up. But it's nice, it's peaceful, it's cozy in here. There is a bit of a tinging, sort of a smell of rot, maybe, like someone hasn't taken the bins out in a while. Underneath the incense. But Gisela seems none the wiser. Beckons you to take one of the kind of the wooden pews, which is just like a bench.
Kael and Goshan. This may not be a familiar place to you, but even this place is somewhat unfamiliar to me. We should see what the faith here has to offer us.
Studied every faith in the city above, and many that I've come across in this place. None has convinced me yet. Save, of course, the sublime mysteries of My Lady of Mirrors. But I will join you. See what your rituals have to offer you, at least.
I think Kael just nods like he's. I think it's not that he specifically really wants to convert Goshan or anything, but just that he sees there's an opportunity for someone to see enough to choose their own path with what he sees as like enough chance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if he would notice that there's anything amiss with this smell here, or possible smell here. I think it does seem... I think it would seem to him, if he picks up on it, as obviously problematic, because I imagine that while the faith is obviously about light and fire and stuff, I think it's also fire is cleansing, and the idea that anything would ever be left to rot would be improper, either whether malicious or poorly conducted.
Yep.
So I wonder if do you think he would just notice that, or is there a sort of discern or something to see if he starts to piece anything together, or thinks he's piecing something together, or is it just a little? It's not like he goes, "Oh, it's bad here."
Yeah.
I think, or is it a bit more just like a sort of uneasiness?
Yeah, I think you would probably be not convinced enough that it's out of the ordinary to maybe raise it, because it's a small town. There's people that could be rubbish dumped outside.
It's art.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe the fact that you just were in that church, although maybe you didn't see anything rotting actually.
No, it was
in the sort of woodlandy, all natural church.
So I don't think you.
Only Goshan saw the rotten things actually, because I tried to look into one of the puddles.
Yeah.
To find my lady.
Yes, of course, a great amount of woe.
Yeah, a surprising amount of woe resulted from looking into a puddle.
Chain woe.
But that's the heart, baby.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in this place doing any sort of ceremony, or are they just sort of people around lighting candles and what have you?
I think she is the sole occupant. It's probably quite a small space.
Okay.
It's probably the size. I don't know what's an equivalent size. I'd say like the benches that are lined up like pews could probably fit it, maybe 15 people, if that.
Right.
So like a large shed.
Yeah.
Like a little shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if Kael would currently be like driven to do anything here. Really, he doesn't really know things out of the ordinary. It's kind of sort of encouraging Goshan to be here. I think unless there's something else that becomes obvious to him, he would kind of just be quietly having a little moment of peace to himself and giving Goshan some space.
I think Gisala sits near you both, and I think I like the idea of part of the moon beneath is that it's like the Catholicism, not quite the confessional, but there is an element of the unburdening, you know, because the heart is so crazy and it's all this sort of stuff and people just get on with it, but this need some sort of outlet. And I think she turns to both of you in turn and asks you, brothers, let me ask you, what is it that you seek down here? You have clearly traveled far.
Goshan sort of the corner of his mouth curls, but you can't see that because he's got a golden mask on. And he sort of jerks his head at Kael and says, I think if it is quests and wishes, desires you are after, it is Kael's you will understand.
Brother, in my experience, it can be most liberating to unburden oneself, sharing the truth. I will tell you why I am truly here. I have not hidden it. I'm a penitent soul. I was given the opportunity to do my penitence down here because I failed. I failed to keep the light. A sacred ceremony. Great beasts made it in, and many died. I was not vigilant enough, and this is my shame. Down here, all I seek to do is make up for my mistakes. True atonement. Places like this, I can unburden myself. Take one further step to righting all of the wrongs that I have done.
I want you both
Why
to
is
make...
it you were here?
I want you both to make evade rolls.
Whoop! I love that.
I don't love it at all.
Well, no, obviously.
What's the
It's going to be
domain?
an evade roll.
Domain is Haven and Religion.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I say thank God. That gives me
2.
2.
Yep, they got that one. Just the one for me.
Although it does.
It does. A weight, physical,
Wah, wah.
is lifted off Kael's shoulders. Truly, just displaying the power of confession.
So I think what happens is, Kael, as you, and does Kael feel like he's telling any kind of secret, or is he quite happy to share this?
I think he's never hidden the truth of all why he's here, but he's also never really offered it. I think he's always been very open that he's a penitent, and it's obvious that he's like burdening carrying some shame. But I don't think this detail probably has ever been shared with anyone else down here.
Okay, I think so. What happens is as you look into her eyes, you almost get transfixed by her sort of open, openness, I guess, and you feel like you're unburdening yourself, and it's almost like coming out and out and out. And you hear her voice even like it's in your mind, like it's whispering in your mind. And she's saying, "And what is it that you desire?" Like this. But you passed your evasion roll. So the lid snaps shut. And that part of your brain is like, nothing. I want to atone. That's what I want. That's what I desire.
Ooh.
Goshan, you feel like you now are unable to resist keeping it bottled up. The answer to her first question, which was, what is it you seek?
Goshan.
It doesn't have to
Probably
be
quite shocked.
doesn't have to be your heart's desire. It can just be surface level.
Yeah. Like any kind of mental compulsion like this, I think would deeply shock Goshan. So his sort of head snaps to look at her, and you see his body tense with kind of defensiveness, and then on locking eyes with this woman, and obviously this kind of disarming, enchanting, like unburdening sense that she's sending out there. He sort of like, the body sort of gently relaxes again when you see his head tip down a little bit, and then he looks back up and says, "Here because I lost everything. Lost everyone that I was supposed to love. And all I have left is the voices that promise me power. And all I know is that the sources of those power are in this that power are in this place. I must find them. I must find them, or I am worth nothing. I might as well have died in that fire." And you see him like just kind of shuffle his feet on the ground and kind of clench and unclench his fingers. And she might still be alive. My mother might still be alive. Believe she is. I have to believe she is. If she is down here, like I think she is, to find her. And he just like deflates. Like it's like he's not said that ever, like to anyone, including himself. And it just like plops down like a kind of ragdoll in the seat and stares at the ground. Probably very angry that he said that. Is now trying to work out what happened.
She looks at you with a very compassionate, sympathetic look. You hear the voice, very Galadriel style. She's, with her mouth, she's saying like, there, it's, saying some sort of scripture. Tell me where to Gandalf. And she's like reciting some moon beneath scriptures. And Kael's like, yes, of course, yes. Yes. Very wise, priestess. And then in your mind, you can hear her saying, there is only one who can give you the power to save who remains of your family. The one who waits. He also does not believe in the gods.
Ooh.
Does Kael hear this, or is this all kind of quiet or anything with Goshan?
This is in the mind.
You're all in the mind. This is still in the
This is
mind.
Galadriel's message.
Good.
I don't know how to communicate, so
Otherwise, it would be like, at the time. we don't need that. Just that.
Kael starts swinging.
Yeah. He just starts practicing his swings for no reason.
Burn it down.
He senses the bullshit.
I like Goshan's instinct at that point would be to try and would like being spoken to in his mind, in principle, would make him very angry and defensive and scared, and he would like snap and kind of like get up and like grab her by the shoulders and shake her. However, he's kind of under some emotional control right now by this woman, right?
I don't think it's anything supernatural. It's just human empathy mixed with obviously some sort of telepathy.
Lord. Very Eldar-headed.
Yeah.
You just feel the words?
Yeah, so you don't have to, I mean, I guess options are you out with it and you say, stop playing your crazy games, woman. Or you nod and act like you're agreeing with her and want to know more. Would you like to?
Yeah.
Or you just vibe it out and go, okay, bye.
So I'm going to roll a dice.
Oh.
Because I genuinely think, like, you go either way for Goshan. And I don't know which way. I don't know if it would literally be like just like a coin flip, or whether I would want to. Maybe I'll try and roll a skill.
There might be a relevant skill.
I mean, discern, or possibly compel myself.
Endure, resist the effects of the heart on your body and mind.
Oh, that sounds about right, doesn't it? She sounds like the fact that she's being like, "What is your desire? Tell me your desire." She could be the heart for all I know. Yeah, let's do India, which is sort of irrelevant unless it's discern. I don't get 2 dice, so let's do India. And this is okay. This was to break free of the ensnaring effect of being promised information and act on instinct. I have successfully done that. So Goshan's head snaps up from the bench, and he stands up, draws his pistol, doesn't point his pistol at the woman, but draws his pistol from the holster, and takes a couple of steps towards her and says, "Get out of my mind, Faith Witch! What is this? One who waits. If you have words to share with us, speak them with your tongue, not with your twisted mind."
She just looks like completely alarmed, and almost looks to Kael as like what the hell's wrong with your friend? She's like, brothers, I have no understanding of what you are talking about. You're tired from your long journey. Please, maybe take yourselves to the tavern and rest.
I'm not tired. I mean, I am tired, but that's not why. Kael, did you not hear her voice in your head?
I'm sorry, brother. I was lost in thoughts of my own. Did you unburden yourself?
I think somebody else unburdened me on my own behalf. Woman, tell the truth. What have you done to me? I would like to try and compel her.
Okay.
Because, everything she said so far implies that she actually didn't know that she was psychically speaking to me. And, well, that's possible because this game's fucked. I don't believe it.
This game is fucked.
I mean, that's the pitch.
That is the pitch. That's the elevator pitch. All right. Let me just double check what the stress dice is. It is 6 in Tollembrood. So I'll roll your mind stress. The big
Yeesh.
6. The big 6 fitting in a way. But from your compel, was it?
Yeah.
She speaks even more in earnest now and says, "Brother, I really have no idea what you are talking about." And you believe her.
Fucked, man. It is a weird game.
But given that you had your visions before, and could it be that the one who waits is, or the heart or something, is just basically like, what's the word?
Channeling.
Like speaking through her, like
being used as a conduit.
Yeah.
Or this place, perhaps, and it's calm and people getting connected with what they want is a place where the heart can always
like the Hare Krishnas.
Always deep. My mind stress is now at 8, so I think time for a slap bang big boy all out.
Is that a major fallout, Hodgie?
Is 7 the fallout? It is, isn't it?
Check at the rules desk.
Checking over there. I can confirm that is a major fallout.
Thank you, Richard. All right.
I'm going so mad.
At this point, I actually don't know if Goshan or Alex is going to go mad.
Yeah. Yes is the answer to that.
Yes.
Yes.
While you look up the fallout, I think Kael is kind of witnessing this situation, and I think his interpretation, given that he's kind of not himself felt anything as a foul, is he sort of puts a brotherly arm on Gosha. Brother, revelations can be challenging. It has been a troublesome journey. You may not understand what it is that you feel, what you hear, what you experience. It may be true, but you will need to think on it, and I will be here for you. And this is when his head will explode or something.
I mean, that's to be honest, that's quite nice and touching, because in Kyle's mind, he may care for Goshan a bit, but also as a man of faith, he's now feeling like he wants people to believe, and genuinely thinks that his belief will help people.
But to him, it's like kind of like seems a little shocking that it's like very troubling.
Because that's not what your religious epiphanies felt like. Oompa.
I'm tempted to say scarred. Your mind cracks and reforms in primal instinctive patterns. This functions as shaken, which is the fight, flight, or freeze one. In addition, every time you encounter the source of the fallout from now on, the GM can ask you to make an endure check or suffer D8 stress to mind. And I want to say that you're now like instinctively like reflexively against the Church of the Moon Beneath. Maybe you think that they are just they can't be trusted. They're all manipulators and mind readers, and
I mean that is kind of delicious. Right at the moment that Kael thinks that he can genuinely do good by helping what he thinks is helping Goshan get through this trauma, this stress, using his faith. If he tries to do so, everything's going to go shit. And yet he will do so because that's what Kael should do. Oi, shamoy. Okay.
Yeah, so basically if you encounter... I mean, the church is quite broad. Maybe there's a specific... Maybe like a place of worship instead. And then it says the GM chooses you to like fight, flight, or freeze. So it's a bit like, remember Bobby in the first series of Queer Eye where he like refuses to go inside the church?
Yeah.
And he tells his little backstory about how he grew up in a really homophobic religious town. It's like that.
Yeah, I do remember that. I was going to make the comparison to just like teenage goths, but yours is slightly more
Got to do a shit on a swan.
respectable. Yeah, exactly.
Is that Mighty Boosh? Saw a swan. Yeah.
Just killing it.
All right. Cool.
I think Kael begins to kind of maybe usher Goshan out, realizing that this is a bit much. And he stops and realizing he's not picked up his brazier, which is not lit at this time. And as he turns back to pick up his brazier, he sees on the pew in front of where he was sat a fresh sort of inscription that he didn't notice before, but is completely fresh. And it says, "I want to believe."
Ooh.
And doesn't know where it came from. It certainly wasn't there when he sat down.
Ooh.
Oh, Goshan.
Yeah.
What's up graffitiing all over the temple? Sticking your gum on it?
I wasn't me. I hate churches.
All right.
Right, I better write that down somewhere.
Yeah, I think there might be a Fallout bit for you to put it on Scarred. It's ongoing. There are ways to cure Fallouts on there, but I can't remember what they are.
Ironically, I think one of the ways to cure Fallouts, Kyle's preaching, I think, helps cure mind. But I don't think it'll work on this one.
I think everyone's hating it more and more, to be honest.
Yeah,
Doing no fault of your own.
Yup. Well, that's priests for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can remove a minor or downgrade a major, blood or mind, but somehow I feel we won't be trying that one.
All right. Well, let's cut over to. I mean, actually, you're coming to the tavern.
Drunken shanties.
Ambrosia having a trying to talk to the barkeep. Now, who did you say it was? Bzzzt. So you all regroup in the tavern. Soshar is.
So regroup seems a strong word for what Soshar is doing.
Let's say we regroup in the morning.
Soshar, I think, would be trying to take bets on whether he could climb the. You said there was like the blimp, the airship. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it's hanging in. I'm picturing it hanging in the air, kind of thing, off of the bridge.
I think it's a skeletal structure at the minute. There's no balloon element yet.
I think he'd still be taking bets on whether he could climb it.
Yeah. For sure.
Soshar could not climb it.
I bet you can't.
Woof.
Oh, I can!
Bet you 20 Haven credits. You can't.
You can stare at it until it comes down to you. Is anybody?
If you will it.
Does anybody wish to expend some blood and supplies resource here to heal stress?
No.
I mean, what stress? Actually, my mind stress should be gone now because I've just taken a fallout, right?
You took a major, so all your stress should be gone.
Yes, mine are also clear from my last major that I forgot about that I'm now rereading. Ooh.
Oh, lovely.
So yes, no, nothing to remove here. Well, there's some fortune stress. That's one's harder to remove, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the really difficult one, isn't it? I can help get rid of Echo by summoning my weird stone room dimension. Mind and blood are obviously the simplest to get rid of, but fortune.
Nice. Well, I think the only thing of note that happens in the tavern, I guess we can retroactively do Ambrosia's conversation when Mikey comes back next year, I guess. But someone comes, sort of a bored-looking Aelvir, like walks around the tavern and is handing out flyers and is saying, "Scrap. We'll take your scrap. Any scrap, we'll take it. You'll be paid. Any scrap to keep building the Great Zeppelin."
I think in Soshar's drunken state, he goes, "I have scrap." Because Soshar does have scrap on him.
So Alex, you're being disparaging about my NPC.
Not at all. No, that was completely authentic. I really like this guy.
He's a
scrap.
major.
How many scrap? Bring me a scrap.
He's a major character in this story.
Yeah, I hope he
Scrap
is.
Man.
I really hope he is.
So let me just go get my spy black brazier. There's a major character to be slaying. Scrap is the enemy.
Yes, it's the last opposition faction, the scrap collectors. So Hodge, you have some scrap, do you?
Soshar genuinely does. He's got his spare capacitors and wires that he collected some time ago. I wasn't even making it up. I genuinely do have something on the sheet for this.
Nice.
Wait, do I have some scrap?
So you can spend that resource. Does it have a number on it?
Yeah, D6.
Yeah, so you can spend that and get that much supplies back.
Oh, I don't need to do that though. I've only got one in supplies at the moment, so for me.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a pocket.
You know what? Okay, no, but I'm quite happy with this approach. So Soshar, as they're coming around asking for the scrap, Soshar would egg them on. I've got scrap, but you can't have it unless you take it from me. Let's take it from my dead paws.
He just looks at you with like his flyers in his hand and goes, "No, any scrap, any scrap."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
This reminds me, you guys must have seen that all-time great meme of the guy who runs up, always looking ready for a fight, and it's just as a van that says "scrap wanted," and it's like, so Soshar is the one who's like, "Yeah, I'm up for a scrap." I shall be back.
Haven't heard that one before, sir.
As he's walking away, going, like, goes, "You did have scrap, but all right, I'll keep it then." My scrap.
My scrap. Dum, dum, dum.
Starts pouring his wires over the table, trying to count them.
Yeah, it's actually an airship rudder control conduit, funnily enough.
My rudder control.
I don't think your rudder's under control.
Your rudder is absolutely out of control.
Soshar is now coming back for that airship at some point.
I'm coming back for you.
That's gonna be my new character trope: collecting ships of some kind.
You're gonna be
No matter the game system, I want a ship.
10 sessions from now, you're gonna be down near the heart, and the Zeppelin's just gonna descend. Give me that rudder control. It's crap.
That's my new major enemy for life.
Cool. Well, snap cut to the next day, which doesn't look any different because it's underground. And it's up to you whether you hang around anymore or cross over the bridge and carry on.
We said the bridge is over like a really stupidly deep chasm, didn't we?
Yep.
Never mind, I was going to say Soshar wakes up under the bridge, but somehow I feel like Soshar is not waking up under that bridge.
You probably heard
Never mind.
You probably heard a lot of talk in the tavern, people referring to, like, oh, when the airship's built and stuff like this, and it sounds like their plan is to descend into the chasm with it.
Why? That's a question I'd like the answer to.
You just turn around at the other table. But why? You idiots.
Well, then I'm going down without the rudder controls that I've got.
The one bit of scrap he had.
I think if you do ask that, then somebody turns to you like all sort of defensive and is like, well, our leader Thestra, she says that the chasm is the resting place of the moon beneath, the goddess herself. We were able to go to her, and we shall be saved.
Here's a side quest for Kael to take us on.
Yeah.
We help you out, Scrapman.
Discovering his goddess?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he imagines the location of his goddess is, but I don't think he imagines his goddess of the moon beneath is at the bottom of an abyss. I think that to him would certainly signify other things.
It is the moon beneath.
The hungry deep.
Yeah, both things down there. It's all down
but
there.
also it could be, but
I think you've probably.
I don't think
you've probably travelled enough to know that each landmark, there's a good chance each have their own weird little takes on the religion.
It's like the imperial cults in it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's probably not alarm bells, but I don't think it's his. He wouldn't be like, oh yes, that is the path.
Yeah.
We must build the airship and go down.
Yeah.
Nor is he probably like, right, let's go kill that other heretic.
Has everyone watched Wake Up Dead Man yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Shit, very good.
I gave you that homework 2 weeks ago as the religious character.
It's on Netflix now. You don't even have to go to the cinema.
I know, it'll absolutely be watched before the return
Yeah.
in the new year.
It's a great Christmas
It's
film.
high on my list.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Well, that is a very secular parish where one charismatic leader is kind of imbued the parish with his own certain beliefs. Anyway, no spoilers. That stuff happens all the time. So, what as a group would you like to do?
I think Goshan would be driven very much so right now to to get moving again, to get away from this place.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, and I think similarly, obviously not quite the same way, Kael is, again, still seeking purpose, has not identified that this place may have links to a hated foe, and I think that's not exactly cemented in his head yet as like what he must do or anything. So I think he's keen to just keep digging deeper and finding out what the meaning of everything is.
Yeah. The good old main quest. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about this today, like it's funny, isn't it? Because all your characters, they all want to get to the heart. That's all of your main goals, really.
Ultimately, yeah.
I don't think Soshar actually is. His main goal really
You're
is
forced to.
get Kael to the heart.
Force is the only one, I think, with the exception, yeah. But it is odd in that way, isn't it? Because everyone's quest is ultimately to get to the heart, but that sort of means
Why
all
would you
sorts of
bother
different
doing anything
things.
else? So I was thinking, like, how they try. There's no way that they haven't really, in the book, there's no way that they've tried to really tie it in. Maybe it's more in the actual Heart main book, but I think this whole thing you've sort of stumbled upon, really, this whole thing with the Delving Machine and the Eastern Express, and this whole thing seems to be, or maybe this is a route. This will lead us to the heart, because getting to the heart is not as simple as just keep going, because you'll probably just end up back at the surface again.
Yeah.
It's like a constantly shifting labyrinth.
It's sort of like just keep going and following the signs kind of thing, isn't it? Like, to an extent, like you don't know the way to the heart, but we do know that this train blasted through the scene, these people turned up, we've gotten to places that seem like the stuff we should know. So it's kind of like following breadcrumbs, but you don't know where the breadcrumbs are supposed to go. And that's better than just walking. So it's like it's not like that's where we want to go.
Yep.
It's just that that's the path that opens itself. And you know, if any of us felt like we really wanted to veer off to do a thing, then the breadcrumbs would still be there. Which I feel like is somewhat what you were getting at with, like, you know, do we want to veer off the main path a little bit?
Yeah.
I think this is how Olly feels about leading this world, but this makes me think back to what we said a few sessions ago about dream logic, right? Where this is not a geographical map where we're going from region A to region B to region C to region D, and region D is where the objective is, but we could stop off in region B for a bit and do some side quests, and then we still have to go through region C and region D. There is no linear path. We are following this kind of weird kind of string of connected events, and they're connected because the heart is connecting us to them.
Yeah.
So that's the magic of it, right? We can do what we want for as long as we want, and Olly can weave in when stuff happens without it being like constricted by a map that we're in the wrong bit of.
Yeah, because it's funny, because like you think of these sort of areas, and it's like, oh, so they have one entrance and one exit. Is that how it works? It's actually they're all open, and there's loads of entrances and exits, but it almost doesn't matter like which one you choose. You'll end up where the heart wants you to end up. It's very strange.
It's why that explanation that Alex mentioned the other time of dream logic really actually helped me get with that, where it doesn't matter, because when you explain a dream, you go from place to place with absolutely no logic or explanation, but it's fine. And it doesn't mean that was the only way you would have gone, but it is the way that you did. So anyway, I'm just trying to think, because this book is all about proactive role playing instead of reactive role playing. And Heart is such an interesting sort of anomaly to this kind of duality, because it's kind of both
with the beats and stuff. But I'm trying to make sure that we're not being too reactive, because then I'm just basically just reading the book to you, which is not very fun.
So the bit I was sort of, if I was to open up like other paths, I don't have to be the party's path, but the thing I was alluding to in the chapel there with Kael was this idea that he doesn't know if he this idea that he doesn't know if he has the faith or not. And I think so when it comes to like his goal is to go and do his penitence. That's his, or at least his written goal, I guess. But he is now kind of down here with a sort of dual path in front of him of like finding a way to enforce his faith upon others and destroy some cult, or find truth in faith and go to places where he might be challenged or enlightened or having a chance to prove. And so, you know, I think wherever he went next, he would want it to be somewhere that would, in one of those ways, challenge him. So he would be looking for sort of religious places. He would be looking for, or like troubled places where faith is lacking, or where, you know, where faith might be needed or not needed in equal measure. And those sorts of things would be, if he opened a door, that's where he would want it to be. Whatever that place was. Like a terrible murderous shanty, or like a grand cathedral. Like either of those might challenge him in the same sort of way.
In the same vein, I think this encounter will have triggered Goshan to want to like recenter himself on the quest, because his quest is get the 17 pieces of Lady of Mirrors and become the Avatar. And he's got a little sextant thing that he thinks leads him to the pieces, and he hasn't really used it for a while and has just been thwarted in a clue that he thought was leading him to the next stage. So I think as we walk along, he is like looking at this weird little instrument thing and twiddling knobs and dials on it, kind of grumbling to himself. And what he wants the path to lead him to is for that device to go whip, whoop, whip, 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 and to find a piece, one of the pieces of 8.
Nice. Well, you travel from Tollembrood, leaving it behind. It's you travel along the rest of the bridge over the chasm, and you go through. There is a delve here, but I'm probably gonna just paraphrase the delve bit. Because I don't know why. It just doesn't seem that interesting at this point. I think I'm still wrestling with the delves and how to make them interesting, which is kind of annoying. But there we are.
They're
rather than a series of dice rolls.
They're a bit like the Dragonbane traveling rolls if they don't have if they're not almost a quest or battle of their own with purpose, right? Otherwise it's just like, oh, did you guys, because we struggled a bit in the last one, right? We were a bit like, can we just finish, can we get through the path? I feel like they have a lot of potential to be like a sort of alternative to like a combat encounter, like a risky adventure, but if it's just like A to B and now you have to roll and take a lot of stress while I make up weird tunnels. And I feel like there's a time when you could be like, whatever.
That's true. And also it'd be interesting to know what you guys think about, we haven't done that much of it, but the combat in this game. But for me, I feel like it's maybe 30, 45 minutes I could spend doing cool narrative stuff instead.
Doesn't feel like what the game's for.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, go on.
just like stuff.
It's not as quick fire as Blades can be, because you can't be like,
Yeah.
oh, with a success, I down them, I punch them in the face, they're down.
Yeah.
You still got health tracking and all that sort of stuff, so it's...
I sort of feel like it would benefit from being. I mean, I feel like we gravitate toward Blades. I feel like it would benefit from being Bladesy, because I think combat in this is a really good. It's just like a narrative, but the narrative is fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. But if it being a bit in both camps, with like damage rolls and stuff, does make it a bit foot in each camp. Which I don't mind, but if it ends up dragging,
Yeah.
then it doesn't feel like that same hearty vibe where just weird shit's just happening.
Maybe
You're fighting the space rats.
Maybe I should get the Vermissian Black Ops book. Maybe that's got some more stuff about combat in it. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll come back in the new year and I've completely crafted a new...
I think you probably will have homebrewed a bunch of things just to tweak it a little bit. I don't think we'll be likely to disagree with any of them.
All right, well, you climb the tunnel that you go through is very narrow, and it feels almost like going through the depths of some ancient castle almost, with these kind of circular staircases and sort of shallow stone tunnels. You hear the whispering of hidden voices through the stone and through grates, which quieten as you walk past. And then you start to feel the air heat up and become almost pleasant, and there's like a summery breeze on your face. And you exit these tunnels into the most beautiful countryside landscape. Blue sky, sun shining. Perfect, that perfect like May, June weather. 25 degrees, slight breeze. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. And you see off in the distance a archway, and leading towards it you can see the sort of remnants of a train track, overgrown with the grass and everything that's and the summer flowers of almost completely hiding.
Question. When did this become a Studio Ghibli movie? That's 100% the vibe I'm getting from this scene.
Yeah. You can see this archway is made up of rusting, decayed Arcano tech that was clearly assembled hastily, then left to rot. But you have a kind of you're almost kind of drowsy as you walk through this countryside along these train tracks.
Surely it would be fair to say for most, if not all of us, that walking out into a beautiful blue-skied meadow would be a first-time experience.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have many of those in Spire either, do they?
Like we're either from the Spire
Yeah.
or from the city beneath.
Yeah.
Not for Soshar. Soshar will have seen blue skies before. He is a refugee in the city beneath from a distant land.
Yeah.
So maybe that is a thing where, I guess, new sight for everyone else. Soshar has the same kind of shock walking out in this, but from a different perspective from everyone else, of that's a sight he didn't envisage he was going to see again.
And I want you all, fingers on buzzers, I want you all to DM me a distinct memory of your home. Your character's home, not your home. I don't care about Cheshire, Milo.
Well, it's obviously it all looked just like this.
I would sit and wait for my parents to come home after their day's work in pit. Bring me a little bread roll, because that's all we could afford.
And tub
My
up
childhood.
Brill cream.
Yeah, the tub of bread cream. And a small mug of brackish water. That's all we had.
Or quite a nice craft IPA, that'll be that on a good day. 6%, that's lovely. Alright, so thank you for doing that. I've sent you all a memory back. And these are the memories that your characters have in your mind. So I'd like you to one by one read or paraphrase the one that I sent you.
Reading in a window seat in our manor in the spire, and my mother wanders over, strokes my hair, and smiles at me. A fountain trickles in the background, and someone's playing the harp in a nearby room.
Oh, who could that be? I'll actually. I've got some that I can put in between as well. The icy wind whipping off the north face of the arcology, carrying that burnt circuit smell. You anticipate the hiss of the iris door, the blast of heated air as you return home.
Ooh.
Icy winds.
I remember a time before the wars with the Ptolemy Bay. The savannah plains surrounding the village, walking across to my parents' farm. But still, the taint of the wars is there, and some of that burning.
Let me pick one. Oh, this one sounds kind of similar. The feeling of the door flap brushing against the sensitive fur in your ears as you enter your home. The low gurgle of the fire elemental in the brass tank as you sink into a bath to wash away the desert dust. The heat sinking into your bones, the blood heat of a kill, fresh meat in your muzzle as you slip into dreams.
Yeah, that was mine.
Sorry, it feels like getting you to write them in under pressure and then comparing them to a professional writer is not very fair.
Goshan remembers as a youth being inducted into the church. The first time he thought he was at home. The first time he was told he was home, and that he felt it, as he felt the warmth of the fire, and also the warmth of the fellow worshippers. That's a funny thing, yeah, like the warmth of people near you.
Wonder who that was.
So you totally confused me because you said Goshan at the beginning.
Yeah, well, he was remembering.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, what? You wrote two?
You did this.
Yeah, so you all are feeling this overwhelming sense of homesickness from this place, as your memories are intertwined with other people's memories of what they miss, essentially. As you get closer to this archway, I'm going to need you to roll an endure plus technology roll.
Ooh. Excellent. Let's just see. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's no endure there.
There's no endure there, and there's no technology there. Oh.
Ooh. Jolly good.
I think 8 is just a straight up success, isn't it? It's green, I think that's what that means.
I believe so.
I think that's what I meant when I made it green. So
yes, I will have to trust your setup.
yeah, for forgotten knowledge. So failures then for Goshan and Soshar. It's another D8 stress to mind, I'm afraid. The big one.
And then for that,
Well, it's just the one for both of us.
this is when you roll for Fallout and just roll 1.
What are you? I can't roll lower for Goshan, but are you on 2? Are you?
Oh no, 1, but it's less than or equal to.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
You were close.
I was so close. You were so close to being verklempt. So yes, this is the feeling of as you get close to the archway. It says, mere wistful memories of home curdle into crippling nostalgia, condense into yearning so heartfelt it warps gravity. So Kael, you managed to you get on top of it, but yeah, Soshar and Goshan, you do feel a bit verklempt about your childhood, I'm afraid.
And like some grass and flowers levitate or something.
And the sky turns to blood.
We love a bit of that.
And the meadow to fingers.
Oh yeah.
Classic art stuff.
So we will do this stealth because it's an important one. You enter into this under this archway, and you enter into a railway tunnel proper. Like, this feels like one of the ones that have barely been altered at all. Like, it feels almost brand new. The tracks are all there. The walls are like unscarred. You see the electricity almost like looks like running through it. You see signal boxes, all that sort of thing. So someone please roll me a delve, and it is a technology and desolate domain.
Oh, Bob Technology, you're up.
Bob Tech.
Yeah, Goshan is probably like heartened, or at least slightly kind of like distracted from the moment of crippling nostalgia that just racked him. Just by the fact that A, this appears to be the place we were seeking, and B, it's technology. A, like it's nice. It's like he feels like he can understand this sort of stuff, so he feels more powerful in the situation. And B, like he's genuinely a character trait is that he's just obsessed with learning about new technology and stuff. So he rushes over to the rails and pulls out his strange sextant device and starts investigating it. See if there's any traces of the shards of Askur, but also just to try and understand the device and understand the rails, and maybe kind of look for sources of like a power cable or anything to it that might lead us to a control device or a control box or train, say. One of those. So it's double dice because I got discern. It's a triple dice because I got discern and I got technology. And I still fuck it.
Oh man.
I feel that. I feel like 3 dice in this game.
It's a sea of red today.
field dice in this game, I think 3 dice. Blah, 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 blah. 3 dice
Blah, blah, blah.
is cursed for us, I think. The thing that feels like it should succeed never will.
It's like Blaze, innit? You gotta get to 4. Then all is well. All is well. Let's roll some. What's the old stressorino? D6. Let's do D6 supplies. Just the 2 there. I'll roll for a fallout just in case I get a 1. I might get 2 1s. 2 1s. So
Okay.
So
It's the 2 mind stress.
yeah, 2 supply stress.
Oh, supply stress.
Yeah, as maybe you try and use some of your supplies to find your way to some and sort of uncover some power cables.
I actually have 2 supplies protection from my
How do you?
coat full of pockets full of junk. I've forgotten what it's called.
Nice. Useful.
But my class features have finally done me some good.
Nice.
So you just see him being really frustrated and like
Yeah.
kind of something goes pop on the sextant and he has to replace it with a cog from his pocket and
Yeah. And I think what happens is Habashudabush. As you stumble on down the tunnel, you see a light in the distance, and every now and again it flicks off, and another light goes on, like a signal box, basically. And you can hear this every time the light changes. You can hear this chant go out in this language you don't understand. And as you get closer, you see these figures in ragged clothes, and they all have the colours of the lights. So they're like red and yellow. All of these people have like these big circles like tattooed on them, either red or yellow, or they've got red here and yellow on their back, or some mixture of the two. And as you come into the light, they whip around with pistols and knives. And they say, an offering to the signal gods. And they go to attack you. And we'll end it there.
Oh no, attacked by the Spectrum Slayers.
It's the signal box cultists.
Gonna fuck them up.
Yeah.
pitch them as well.
Yes. This is the problem, although, but we keep avoiding combat. And you keep getting beats. I realise how OP Hodge has gotten. Every time it's like, oh, this is a guy with a knife. Oh, I fucking stare at him until he goes into the sun.
What's the current list I've got of stupidity stuff
I
as
look
well?
at him and he simply disappears from existence.
So I currently also have that my unarmed attacks become D6 brutal and unreliable. So brutal being that whenever I roll damage, I get to roll twice and take the higher number. But I also have, when I attack at close range, my attacks have the piercing tag, so if they have any resistances, it doesn't fucking matter. I ignore them, and I just beat the shite out of them. But I am useless at anything not combat.
Yeah, tell me what
good
beats
time
made you
management.
better at combat again? What was it?
Everything. I don't remember which ones I've done. Quite a few things.
Was it relevant at all?
Yes.
I think you should start branching.
One was.
got to move on.
Yeah. No. What was one of them was one of the ones I got to the one that got to do with the starting to think about the supplies was actually after taking some fortune fallout when my gun had broken.
Yes.
I coincidentally took the quartermaster one after that, so it was relevant at the time.
Very good, very good. Well, we're talking about beats. Let's see if anybody
Oh, absolutely none.
got them. I think just Goshan, right? I think.
Definitely Goshan.
Yeah.
Yeah, done for Kael today. But I thought a very cool moment for Goshan to unveil his
Yeah.
untold truths.
Yes, yes. Yes, your beat express a hitherto unspoken desire. So,
It felt quite nice. I told Olly about that, like, only a very short while before the session. It felt good that slipping in like that, like in a way that made sense with what the NPC was doing and behaving. I don't know whether that was just compatible with how you wanted her to behave, or whether you just played it clever, but it was very satisfying for me.
yeah. Yeah, actually, I stole the idea of... I was listening to this actual play where they're playing Shadow Dark. And they're in this Fey realm. And they all have to drink these vials. And then they roll the test, the Constitution test or whatever. And if they fail, one of them's like... It's like past, future, present or something. And if they fail the Constitution test, they have to reveal a truth. And it's only like the 4th session in. And they're all complete strangers in the party. And they're like shifty war survivors. So one of them like reveals to the party that he actually fought on the other side of the war and stuff. And no, look, this is
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, and like one of them revealed that they're actually a wizard, and even though he'd been hiding his magic, and like there was a rogue who had was going under a fake name. There's a very cool way to get some character development.
I feel like it's one of those things that people often have written down in their dark secrets about me that are there, like a wealth of character development and like potential kind of conflict, but like whatever. But like the party never sits down at the pub and goes, you know what? I am actually a war criminal, and I didn't tell you. Like it just never sort of happens naturally, or it's hard to make it happen naturally. Anyway.
The sort of thing people
quite a nice way to do it.
Sort of people write like a full fanfic about in their pre-prep for their D&D character, and then never, ever, ever comes up.
Yeah, or is like never is like expressible or like linkable back to.
Yeah.
Like, oh yes.
Yeah, or they just say it once.
Surly, authority-hating ex-soldier, but we never mention that you led a mutiny and or whatever it is. Blah blah blah. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And the cool thing about the heart is that it wants desperately to know what your innermost desire is, even the one that you don't admit to yourself, which is what I was getting at with the endure test that you had to take Kael as well.
Well, I sort of thought that there was an opportunity there to sort of do it anyway. With Kael maybe not recognizing even himself that perhaps he is questioning his whole everything. So I was a bit like, I passed the test, but I didn't really want to once I found out what it was. So I think that I think could make for an actual interesting character arc, other than just the yes, I'm a fanatic, yes, doing my thing, yes.
True. It's like what? I think I read that in a book somewhere, like a sign of people who are outwardly religious always secretly are seeking confirmation of their beliefs and the eradication of doubt, right?
Yes, I think that's exactly it. Like, especially someone who's been like clearly inducted from a young age into believing one thing, to fail at that one thing and then get sent on a mission to keep protecting and dying for that thing. There's something in there that's like, is this what I wanted from my life?
I keep doing it because it gives me a purpose. But there's this creeping doubt idea, which I think is quite fun.
Exactly. Well, to give you a steer on your next beat, Alex, we're at start of a delve, so any of them that seems like, come across this weird thing, it'll probably happen. And Mikey's going to be jealous that you got the Major Mindful out, because that's his one.
Yeah,
There's so many things that cancel out all of his mind stress along the road, so he never gets to have enough to guarantee that
Kael's going to
fallout.
sermonize him against his will constantly. No, brother.
While he's
It is
sleeping,
well.
just whisper sermons.
Yeah. Yep, sorry, you
Stealth sermons.
you healed your stress again.
Yep, you woke up feeling fantastic.
Nice.
Mm.
Well, it's sad, another 2-week break, but I was thinking about the 30th. I was like, nope, that's Emily's birthday. That would be suicidal.
That's bold to even consider.
He plays a guest character.
Yeah. I couldn't get us a table at Scoff, but I got you a seat at the most exclusive table in town. Nice. Well, something to look forward to in January, I guess. And
Yes.
and I've shared that book on the chat. So if you want to do a bit of a book club style, jump in and have a read some chapters, because it is really good.
I've downloaded it now actually to have a little read.
Yeah, a lot of it's GM focused anyway, so the player stuff is good.
Yeah, I think we can all come back in for the next sesh with trying to bring a little bit more direction and intention to our part of the campaign. That's what I hope for.
Yeesh.
But lovely so far. I think another primarily just miscellaneous RP and character development session that's still felt really nice. I feel like our characters feel like they have
It just feels like that's what
stuff going on.
Yeah. And next one will be big story stuff. So important story stuff. So it's probably a good thing to leave that for next time as well.
I'm excited for that for the new year.
Yeah.
So yeah, good.
Good.
Always.
Good.
Very
Thanks
good.
so much, Vicky.
Positive.
All good.
I hope everyone has a really lovely Christmas.
And to you.
Yes, a wonderful Christmas and New Year.
Oh.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Right, bye.
All right, nerds. Ollie, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You other two, thanks for being good
Well said.
players with us also.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Thanks for being lovely, everybody. Merry Christmas.
All right. Bye bye.